Okay, I've watched like 27 anime, and I'm gonna rank them all. My opinions are set in stone. They're actually the correct opinions, and you're wrong if you disagree with me. I'm about to piss a lot of people off, and I know that because my opinions are, I don't think, that common. So let's get started. Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop it has really good highs. It has really good highs, but then and the animation is always good. The animation's always great. And the soundtrack is also really great. But there's just a lot of episodes just bore me. And I'm going to be honest about that. A lot of the episodes are not the most interesting. They always have good action and like they're fun to watch, but I don't think I would rewatch it and get a lot of enjoyment. I love the characters. I love the characters too. There's great characters. When it's like plot related and it gets into the backstories of the characters, that's really interesting stuff. But then there's a bunch of random like one-off episodes, which is fine, but it's not intriguing to me. Promised Neverland, I've only seen the first season, and that first season is definitely an A, but I hear this shit gets really bad in the second season. For season 1, I'm putting it in A because that was just a fun ride. I had fun the whole journey of the first season, and I was happy with how it all turned out. But damn, if the second season's so bad, I'm not going to watch it because I don't want to ruin the first season. Apparently, like, it's season ruining. Alright, Demon Slayer. I love Demon Slayer. B tier. It's very overrated. As much as I love it, it's very overrated. I like the character designs, I like the animation, the action, but the story itself and I think the characters aren't that amazing. I think they're very, I guess, generic, but I like their designs. They have really good designs. I don't want to say it's bad. B isn't bad. B isn't bad. B is good. B is good. It's just, I don't think it's something like Jujutsu Kaisen, which is an A tier show. It might become an S tier show if it keeps continuing being as good as it is. And that's the same thing I feel with Chainsaw Man. They're just really good shonen series that like evolve shonen a little bit, battle shonen, action shonen, and kind of evolve them to a point. They're very different. They're not trying to be the same thing over and over again. And I really like the power systems that are in these shows too, both Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man. I think they both have really good power systems. Okay, Ghost Stories. I watched the dub, and okay, I watched the dub. The dub is funny, and you'll laugh, and it's great, but the show itself is still pretty bad. And it's like fun to watch bad, but it's still like bad. And like the plots are bad and everything. The dub makes it funnier, but honestly, you can just watch the best clips on YouTube. So honestly, just watch the best clips on YouTube. Don't actually sit down and watch it. I don't think it's worth it. Yeah. Vivi's good, but the time travel shenanigans are... time travel never really works. Does it ever really work? We're gonna put it in B. Star Wars Visions. Star Wars Visions. It's a good anthology. Some hits, there's some misses. I think I'm gonna put it in C because honestly, it's Star Wars, and I think some of the stories are the best Star Wars has been in a while, and I think some of the other stories are just not great. The animation is great throughout. I don't know, I'm just not really intrigued. I'm not like looking for more Star Wars Visions after it. Maybe if they made like an actual anime series that was like a shonen, it would be really good. But I don't know, just watching these shorts, it just makes me want something more than just anime shorts. Attack on Titan. I don't know what the ending is yet, but it's S tier. The journey so far has been S tier. I'm giving Attack on Titan an S. I forgot Parasite. I didn't forget. It's called Parasite. It was good. It was good. The animation was good. I forgot a lot of what happened though. Honestly, it's been a bit. It's been like over a year. But all I remember, it was good, but it wasn't like amazing. It wasn't something very memorable. 7 Deadly Sins. I'm so sorry to my friend who loves this show. I'm so sorry, but it is going in D tier. It is going in D tier. I'm just not a fan of how they present information in the show, really, because everything feels like a plot twist to me in the show because they do something like crazy that they don't really have the basis of. And then it gets explained later on in the show, and you're just like, okay, that happened, I guess. I don't know, I have a lot of issues with Some Deadly Sins. The first 2 seasons at least had really good animation, but the season 3 and 4, I think the story almost saved itself, and then because they did things that they actually did foreshadow at a point. But I don't know, the animation just got bad, and if the animation stayed consistent, I think I would have liked it more. One Punch Man. This is gonna be controversial. Controversial one. B or C? B. I'm gonna put it in B. The animation in season 1 is so good, and I think the plot in season 1 is so good. Season 2, the animation is just not good. It just really isn't great. And it's not even just that. I just don't like the plot of season 2. And instead of it, like, okay, I hear a lot of people like the plot of season 2. I just found it boring to watch, honestly. I feel like Saitama was absent for a lot of it, which I thought was very not interesting. But basically, yeah, it's B tier because the animation was bad. And also they left it on a cliffhanger on season 2. And there's nothing wrong with a cliffhanger if you do it right, but I just wanted this storyline to end. I really just wanted this storyline to end. My Hero Academia, C tier? C tier? Is that fair? Is that fair? I know I just pissed off all the My Hero fans, but My Hero had a good first 2 seasons, I think. And then it just went on the downhill. I dropped it in season 5. What I don't like about it most is that I got to over 100 episodes in the show, and it felt like nothing actually happened. I felt like from the beginning of the show to past 100 episodes, nothing happened. Like, no one died. The villains are still out there, the same old villains from like the first season. They're not close, really. There's a lot of training arc. They're not any closer to getting their goal of defeating the League of Villains, I feel like, from that point that I was at. I don't know, man. And also, like, the characters in I don't care about most of them. I could not give less of a shit about most of them. I only really care about Deku because he's the main character, and he's kind of annoying, actually. So, season 5 was getting interesting. They had another training arc. They had another training arc, and then it was getting interesting because they're like, there's a war coming. There's a war. Some heroes are evil. And then they, like, go to an episode about Endeavor and his family. Like, I give a shit. I don't give a shit. And you'll have, like, random episodes with, like, the frog girl on her internship. I don't care. Go back to the story. Why should I care about this frog girl, who's like a background character most of the time, who has like 1 line per every couple episodes? Like, why should I care? Mob Psycho. I just finished Mob Psycho 3. I loved it, but it's an A tier show. It's not an S tier. A lot of people are going to be mad about that. I think Mob, when it does plain slice of life, is honestly kind of boring, but when it gets into its action arcs and there's like crazy action and amazing animation, I think it's really, really good. However, the slice of life stuff is boring in Mob, and I don't know. I also don't find Mob that funny. Sometimes it's really funny, but like season 3, I like don't even think I laughed once. Like, there was stuff I guess I might have chuckled at, but really, yeah, an A tier show. The animation is amazing. The characters, I love the characters, but you know, a lot of the slice of life just bored me, and that's just keeping it from getting S tier, which is sad. Fooly Cooly, the original, S tier. You know, I love myself some Fooly Cooly. S tier. Based show, 6 episodes, all it needs. Fully Cooly progressive. 18 years after the original, and it did not live up to anything. It didn't live up. it did not live up. The characters sucked. The original had great characters, who I love all of them. The characters in progressive, they sucked ass. Haruko was there, I guess. It just felt like a rehash, honestly. It was a boring rehash. Alternative, I'll give that, honestly, I'll give it a C. I was feeling B maybe, but I'll put it in C with Star Wars Visions, just because, you know, it wasn't amazing or anything, but it felt like I liked it. It was all right. It was mid. It was definitely mid. I feel like C is mid tier. My Hero's mid. Visions, I guess, is better than mid, but it's all right. It's an anthology, man. It just didn't intrigue me. Alternative, the story was good. The characters were better than progressive. It did a lot better than progressive, but it still didn't really feel like Fully Cooly. I wonder how I'm gonna feel about shoegaze and grunge, though. Evangelion, Neon Genesis Evangelion, S tier, baby. Let's go, S tier Evangelion. S tier. So if you're confused about that one, I don't know why you are. The direction, phenomenal. The characters and their growth, great. Becoming a psychological horror at the end, you know, fantastic. Soul Eater. Soul Eater's a hard one because the show was so good, and then it stopped following the manga, and then it became its own story about friendship or something. It really oh man, the ending was so bad. The last 2 episodes were so trash. I'm gonna put it in B. It's gonna sit in B. Yeah, that's just how I feel about it. It's gonna sit in B tier. If the last 2 episodes weren't trash, it would be an A tier show, and I'll say that with confidence. But because the last 2 episodes, it really tainted how you feel about this series. It was a bad ending. This show needs a remake. Tell Studio Bones to remake, it was Bones, right? Tell Studio Bones to remake Soul Eater and follow the manga, because it would actually be good. And they did remake a different show, Full Metal Alchemist, with Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, which I watched. And another might be unpopular opinion, it's getting a B. I don't think Full Metal, I love the characters. The animation is great. The story is actually great. It's competent. It's great. You know, actually, I might move this to A. There's nothing bad about it. Like, that's the thing. There's nothing bad about Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. But there's nothing, like, amazing that just, like, keeps me, like, that blows my mind. Like, these shows in S tier blew my mind when I watched them. I was like, holy shit. Full Metal, it's a good shonen story. It does everything right. I think the characters are likable. The story's good. The action's good. You know, it just does everything right. But it's not an S tier show. People call it like the best anime ever, but I don't know about that. Panty and Stocking. B tier. I don't know if I have to explain this one that much. It was a good comedy. It was funny. It wasn't like crazy amazing. The action scenes are really good. Yeah, I don't know what really to say about Panty and Stocking other than it's a fun watch. You know, it does some creative stuff, but I don't see myself like rewatching it. Like, I'd rewatch everything in A. I don't know if I would rewatch everything in B. You know, I mean, I did rewatch Soul Eater with my friends, and I would I guess I would rewatch them if it was with my friends, but I don't see myself like coming back to these, but I know they're good. A, I like actually love these shows. And then S, I'm like obsessed. I'm obsessed with these shows. Interstellar 555. This is the Daft Punk movie, the Daft Punk anime movie. It's good. It's just a bunch of music videos basically. And you know, it's by Toei Animation. The animation's good. I like the character designs a lot. But it's just a bunch of glorified music videos, really, and I feel weird putting it in the same tier as Soul Eater. I probably wouldn't rewatch it, so see it goes. Hunter x Hunter! Hunter x Hunter, S tier. This is my favorite anime of all time. I'm putting it, no, put it above Evangelion too. Hunter x Hunter is my favorite anime of all time. It's my fave. It's good. Hunter x Hunter, great show, best of the best. Tagashi's a genius in my opinion. At a lot of his writing is genius. And I feel like JJK and Chainsaw Man, their power systems are probably inspired a lot by Nen in Hunter x Hunter. Yeah, I just think Hunter x Hunter is a great story. The journey is just so fun. Like, My Hero is like over 100 episodes, and I just wasn't having fun with the journey, but Hunter x Hunter, I was just having fun the entire time of the journey. It just takes you to new places in this awesome world that they created, and you do feel like in Hunter x Hunter you are getting somewhat closer to the goals of the characters, I think, at least, in my opinion. Kill la Kill. It's been a while since I watched Kill la Kill. It's either B or C tier, and, you know, the action's good, but, you know, the story, the animation's great. I like the characters, but the story is just like, oh, let's fight in high school and there's like alien clothes, I guess. Like, it's nothing amazing of a story, but like, I love the characters and the action's great. Would I rewatch it though? I guess that's what puts it between a B and a C, is would I rewatch it? And I would rewatch Kill la Kill. I think Kill la Kill gets a B because I would rewatch it with a friend or something. I'm not like dying to rewatch it, but I would rewatch it. Okay, Erased. Erased is a show I have rewatched, and I love Erased. I'm putting it in A. I love Erased. Haters are gonna stay mad. The ending does suck. And I put Soul Eater for the same reason in B, because the ending sucks. But Erased, I don't think this ending of Erased sucks as bad as the ending of Soul Eater. I'm gonna say that. I think that's justified. Devilman Crybaby. Dun 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 dun. That's all I have to fucking say. It's either an A or an S. It's an A or an S, man. I have to choose. I'm gonna say it's an A. No, I'm gonna say it's a. I'm gonna keep it an A for now. It's hard because Devilman Crybaby I binged in one night, and I've been wanting to rewatch it recently a lot. But it stuck with me. It fucked me up a little bit. Okay, but Devilman Crybaby, do I think it's as good as these four up here? No. So I feel like I have to put it in A. But because I do that, and it's like top of A. It's like top of A. And let me adjust. It's definitely like top of A. It's almost an S. I just think it impacted me, but it didn't impact me as hard as these. Like, I'm obsessed with these shows. I'm not obsessed with them. Okay, the Rilakkuma show. I love Rilakkuma as like a character and like mascot, but I don't know. The show was that stop motion animation was good. I don't know. I'm just not a big slice of life fan, I guess. So I'm gonna put it in C tier. Let me just adjust this. 7D for Deadly Sins. Almost forgot Ranking of Kings. This was probably my top anime of this year. I'm gonna put it in S. I'm gonna put it in S.